Good to be with you again. Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Marysfield. It's always good to be with you, and I don't just say that as a nice way of introducing this, but you're there for a reason, and I'm here for a reason, and I hope that we're accomplishing the things that we're supposed to do. In the trailer for our Marysfield channel, I told one of my favorite and also one of President John Kennedy's favorite stories. You can find a link below. And if you haven't watched the video, watch it now, and then come back to this video because I'm going to talk a little bit about that story. To begin, what is it that makes that story a favorite of John Kennedy's, and why is it a favorite of mine? What does it say? What does it tell us? And I think, first of all, the thing that springs to my mind is the old man's sense of urgency. He really sensed that things needed to be done, and they needed to be done now. And that's the kind of way that we need to also treat our own spiritual lives, the meaning of the Spirit in ourselves. There is a sense of urgency about doing the things that we're supposed to be doing at this particular moment. Now is the time, not putting it off. So that sense of urgency was really, I think, an important thing, a message in the story. The other point that I think is really very salient is the fact that he's a wise man. He understands the future. He understands what the falling of those oak trees means to the present moment, and he certainly knows what it means to his children and his grandchildren. So he has to make some decisions now to be able to make sure that there's some kind of a wisdom and knowledge and understanding and goodness in the future. And he's a wise man, and so he ends up doing that. And in our own spiritual lives, we have to do the same thing. Where there's no wisdom, the people perish, but where there's no wisdom, we perish as well. That's just absolutely the truth. And the third meaning, I think, from that story that really touches me is the story of roots. I remember when I used to tell this story to the kids in high school, I would say, "What is this about? What's this story really telling us about?" And we would ultimately get to the point of roots. It was really important to plant the trees this afternoon in order to give those trees a chance to grow, and that they could be enjoyed by the old man and his children down the road. There's a story told about a tree in Japan called the mosa tree. And that tree is very special and unique. The gardeners plant it in the soil, and they take care of it for about 5 years. They give it the proper amount of water and moisture and sunlight and so on for about 5 years. But during those whole 5 years, the tree only grows about 8 inches. Not very much for all of the work that's put in on it. But then, all of a sudden, within a period of just 6 weeks, that plant or tree grows almost 90 feet. If you have the right kind of camera, you can see it actually growing. And so I would ask the kids again, what is it? Well, it was putting down roots. It's really important for us to do that in our spiritual lives. And sometimes that takes time. I used to put on the board, TTT, things take time. And good things always take time. And sometimes good things take a lifetime. And so that mosa tree is putting down roots for 5 years. Confucius once said, all you got to do is take care of the roots. Don't worry about the leaves and the branches and the fruit. They will take care of themselves in the course of time. So the story of John Kennedy's is really a beautiful story, and one that gives us that sense of urgency. We really need to do things in our spiritual lives. The stories that I tell here aren't just cutesy and to be able to make you feel good, but we should be asking, what does that mean to me? Why did I take something important from that? What is it that I should be doing in my life as a result of hearing that story? And so we repeat the stories and hopefully have them have some kind of an effect that is more than just a good feeling for yourselves. So urgency, a sense of wisdom, and a sense of roots. You got to plant the roots today if you want to see good things happening tomorrow. We end these short videos always with that wish, don't we? Happiness tomorrow depends on you and me doing the good things in our lives today. So thank you for listening. Good to be with you. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. God bless.